Imagine one of the most absurd ideas in motorsport history. A luxurious, heavy, elegant Rolls-Royce gliding across the desert, between dunes, rocks, and scorching heat. A car designed for smooth boulevard cruising suddenly thrown into one of the toughest rallies in the world. Sounds like a joke? And yet, it really happened. In 1981, at the start of the Paris-Dakar rally, an extraordinary project appeared. The Rolls-Royce Jules. A car that was meant more to promote perfume than to fight for victory. And yet it began to embarrass professional teams. This is the story of a crazy idea that turned into a Dakar legend, proving that sometimes the greatest achievements are born where no one expects them. The project was initiated by Thierry de Montcorget, a French aristocrat and motorsport enthusiast. Together with his team, he set out to create something truly unique, a car that would combine Rolls-Royce luxury with genuine off-road capability. The main goal was never to win the rally, but to create a spectacular marketing campaign for the fashion house Dior. The car's name, Jules, came from a Dior perfume line, which also served as the project's main sponsor. From the very beginning, marketing was at the heart of the entire concept. The idea was simple. If the car reached the finish line, the whole world would hear about it. Although the car looked like a Rolls-Royce Corniche on the outside, in reality it was a highly modified hybrid. Many original components were replaced or heavily altered. This was not a traditional Rolls-Royce. It was a machine built to survive. The most important change was the chassis. Instead of using the original structure, the team mounted the body onto a frame, drivetrain, and suspension from a Toyota Land Cruiser Series 40. This gave the car real off-road capability, essential for surviving Dakar conditions. Under the hood sat a V8 engine sourced from General Motors. It was significantly more powerful than the original Rolls-Royce unit, producing over 100 horsepower more and delivering more than 500 Newton-meters of torque. This gave the car immense pulling power across desert terrain. To reduce weight, parts of the body were rebuilt using fiberglass panels. Even so, the car remained large and heavy compared to typical rally machines. That made its performance even more impressive. The car was also fitted with a massive fuel tank, holding over 300 liters. This allowed it to cover long stages without refueling, although fuel consumption was predictably enormous. Behind the wheel were Thierry de Montcorget and Jean-Christophe Pelletier. Their approach to the rally was unconventional. They famously brought along a crate of champagne and oysters, details that quickly became part of Dakar folklore. At first, other competitors didn't take them seriously. A Rolls-Royce in the desert seemed like a joke. But very quickly, the early stages proved that Jules was much more than a marketing stunt. The car began delivering surprisingly strong results. It regularly finished stages within the top 20, showing impressive stability and speed over difficult terrain. By the halfway point of the rally, the Rolls-Royce had climbed to an astonishing 13th place overall, out of nearly 300 competitors. At that moment, the project stopped being a curiosity and became a real contender. The car impressed not only with its results, but also with its driving performance. It could reach speeds of around 170 kilometers per hour in the desert and climb dunes where other vehicles got stuck. Unfortunately, the success was cut short by a dramatic accident. The car hit a tree, causing serious damage to the steering system. The irony was undeniable. After thousands of kilometers in the desert, it was a tree that brought disaster. The repair was carried out by a local mechanic, but it took too long. Worse still, the repair was deemed illegal under the regulations, leading to the team's disqualification. Despite this, rally founder Thierry Sabine allowed the crew to continue outside the official classification. Thanks to this decision, the Rolls-Royce completed the entire rally, an achievement in itself. In the end, the car was among roughly 170 vehicles that reached Dakar. That alone secured its place as one of the most remarkable entries in the rally's history. After the rally, Jules became a media sensation. Thousands of articles and hundreds of TV reports gave Dior massive exposure. Interestingly, Rolls-Royce itself received numerous inquiries from customers asking about a four-wheel drive Corniche. Years later, the car was fully restored at a cost exceeding €150,000. Today, it is considered one of the most unique vehicles in motorsport history. Its value is estimated between €400,000 and €800,000, and at one auction, it reached nearly €600,000. The story of the Rolls-Royce Jules is more than just an automotive curiosity. It's a symbol of an era when Dakar was still an adventure, not just a race. It was a time when enthusiasts could line up alongside factory teams and test themselves against one of the harshest environments on Earth. Jules perfectly captures the spirit of those days: boldness, madness, creativity, and a sense of fun. Officially, it may not have been classified, but in reality, it achieved something far greater. It became an icon. It showed that the limits in motorsport often exist only in our minds. A luxury limousine, built for comfort, proved it could survive and even compete in the most extreme conditions imaginable. Looking at modern Rolls-Royce SUVs today, it's hard not to see a trace of Jules in their DNA. The idea was ahead of its time. Projects like this don't just make history, they inspire the future. And Jules, it remains living proof that even the wildest idea can become legendary, if someone is bold enough to bring it to life.